go check LPL standings.
Yeah. Faker putting his faith in Kaisa in game 3.
Yeah, not doing much with it, but he was
Didn't do
there.
shit with it besides do like good damage, but like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
accidentally
definitely
hit
had something
start
going on.
stream instead of start recording, and I don't have my updated stream key in OBS. So yeah, that was the thing.
It just imploded.
No, that's fine. It's still recording. What'd you do this weekend besides watch the games?
I worked on Saturday, and then
Oof.
yeah, and then Sunday I watched the games. Yeah, basically watched the games, did a little bit of house cleaning.
I saw
You
the
know,
Batman on
is it
Saturday.
good?
No spoilers. It's really good. Fucking
I know.
exceptional. Matt
I've
Reeves
heard
is a very good filmmaker.
I've heard good things. I need to go catch it sometime. Maybe I will this weekend. Hopefully,
Um,
you know.
before I forget, today is Freak's birthday. Happy birthday, Freak.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Shout out to old Freak. Really love the patch rundowns, man. If you
I love
ever
it when I have time to watch him. I should
stumble
always.
onto this little podcast, put a
Yeah.
comment down there. There's like 2 other guys you can hang out with in the little comment section.
You
It'd be
can
great.
also, anybody watching this, those two people commenting, check out Freak Stream if you like Lost Ark. Playing a lot.
Oh,
It's what I watch when I want to watch Lost
God
Ark.
damn it! Everything is a fucking Lost Ark fucking stream. This is not a Lost Ark podcast. All right, this is not a Lost Ark podcast.
No, but it's
This
relevant.
is this is the Pot of Ages, season 1, episode 4.
Episode
That's what
4,
this is. Season 1, never before done, brand new show.
brand new show.
Boom.
I think next season we should also do season 1 again.
Next season, season 11. All right.
Just
And after that, it's season 111.
we got to do season
We're
69.
going. We'll just have episode 69 randomly.
Check out next week when we do episode 69.
Episode 69.
Actually,
Nice.
that would be a pretty good name for a podcast. Just call it episode 69 and then do like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but what would the podcast be about? It's a pretty implicative name.
Lost Ark.
God damn it.
Let's do a
No.
Lost
Yeah,
Ark
it's fine.
podcast.
Yeah, you know what? If that's what you want your Lost Ark podcast to be, great. Make episode 69 and talk about Lost Ark there. This podcast is for League of Legends.
Yeah, so this is it's on Big Damage YouTube channel. I'm Doomfunk. This is Paradox Pope, your resident silver armchair analyst of the boomer age.
Complete hot garbage.
Freak's older than us though. 35 today.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always questionable if anyone in the league scene is actually older than me, just because ultimately I am old.
I mean, Azael's like 47, right?
I feel like a lot of those dudes I'm probably like similar age to, yeah.
I
Just
mean,
because like
nobody
League
gets
came out when
that
I was in
bald,
college.
like
No, I mean I don't
just
know. I've
being
got
in
a
their
few friends
30s.
that are like I've got friends who aren't 30 that are that bald. You know, it's just is what it is. Sometimes it's all good.
I feel like I'm gonna
Listen,
get
man.
cursed with
Listen.
baldness, but it's just not in the genetics. Like I
I
got that
I
like
never.
widow's peak that just keeps going back a little bit. So like I'll lose this before I lose this.
I might, but it's not too bad.
That's just the
It
Italian
looks
widow's peak,
crazy
man.
at this angle.
That's
Yeah,
just the
no,
Italian widow's peak.
the hair stick, baby. It's no problem. It's all tied back right now. Maybe I'll
Got
cut
the
it soon.
long hair, don't care.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh,
Ah,
have you seen this shit ever?
no. Hey yo, look at that mane.
You know,
Mane, that is
there's
a mane.
the full hair. Oh yeah, I haven't cut it in probably 2 years almost now.
This is like a year and
Actually,
a half of growth right here.
yeah, August of 2020, I think was the last time I cut it. So almost 2 years now.
Oh, I wore this
But
for you.
anyway, oh nice. That's a sweet shirt. I wore this for Reddit and everyone who plays League of Legends in America.
Which,
I
oh
do.
my god, our
Yeah.
games today were tragic.
Oh, dude, it's
I
not even
hate,
worth talking
I
about.
hate this fucking game so much. Let's talk about something just as tragic. C9 TL.
Oh, we're start. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I think that was a good game, and I think at least that that was a great like indication of what a series of those two teams is going to look like. And it's honestly, it was said on different podcasts that I was watching, listening to, and it's a good point. I'm really glad they're going to play each other twice because like winners finals, like no question, it's going to be those two, and then grand finals will be those two. So it'll be great watching two best of fives between those two teams. Because
Yeah.
like I really still think that game could have played out to Team Liquid's favor if Whippo didn't get caught on the fucking control ward and then
Whippo
throw a
actually
Baron.
laying solid against Summit, to
They
most
had a
people's
plan,
surprise.
yeah, and they executed it.
Like the
Got the
Jax and the
early
Tryndamere is
horns mill.
is pretty good, especially like going into like the real late game. Like Tryndamere dives your backline, Jax you just dive their backline.
Yeah, the I don't know. I think the matchup has shifted in current season. Like I definitely think Gale Force changes the dynamic of the Jax
Oh
and
yeah,
Tryndamere matchup. I honestly, it's something we're probably gonna talk about later in this whole little podcast of ours today, is about how I think Tryndamere might be the strongest champion in the game right now, if not definitely up amongst the top like five, without really much question. I'm. Oh my God, did you see that clip from last night's Champions Queue with Summit on Tryndamere?
no, I watched a little bit of Champions Q the other night. I was watching Double Lift stream, and he did play against Summit, and they let Summit play Jace because they didn't ban it because they thought they're like, why would he play Jace? He's not going to learn anything new. People just learn how to play against it, and then he just ran over the game.
Dude, all right, so there was a fucking game last night. I know he was playing against Lorelow's Akshan was the lane opponent. Uh, I can't remember who all was in it. If you look for it, you'll find this clip. But basically, he's taking the enemy blue buff at like level 9, and it's like 11 minutes into the game, and he has Gale Force, Zerker Greaves, and I think like a long sword. He is 3-1, I think maybe. All right, so he's taking the enemy's blue buff, and they're like, "Oh, I guess Trendemir is taking blue buff," and someone's like, "All right, cool, let's go." And and like the enemy team tries to collapse on him 1v4, and he just literally murders all of them. Like he just gets a quadra at 11 minutes on the enemy blue buff by himself with all of his sums, and then they just type open mid, good game.
So here's something. Tryndamere's identity is very much his ult makes him unkillable.
It's also, yeah, that's
His
his
identity
definite
is
identity. Yeah, being unkillable.
so. Is there a way to nerf or rework him to where because like Aatrox's old ult used to revive him?
My thoughts is if you were to maintain this identity, I think I would bring the duration like down and make it extend with kills or takedowns, I
That's actually
suppose.
no. That sounds worse. That sounds
I mean, no, no,
worse.
no, 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 no. Like, and the maximum duration is like what it is now.
Okay. Okay.
So like, if you literally get like 3 or 4 kills, let's say it is the same duration as now. 4 kills. 4 kills brings it to even duration to current. Maybe I gotta check what is the duration of that spell exactly. Do you know? I don't play
Too
Tryndamere,
long.
so
I've tried to
I
play
know it.
Tryndamere. His like he is a pretty like straightforward champion, but he's got a lot of little nuance to him that I don't feel
Yeah,
like putting the time in to learn.
no, it's
Um,
definitely he's like a timing champ basically. Without does it tell me on this?
it's like three
No, of course
seconds.
it doesn't say on the fucking client. Why am I looking at the client?
But yeah, why would Riot give us any information at all through the thing that we use to play the game?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, just give your usual description
It
of the
does
ability.
damage. It lasts for
He's
a
so
period of time.
angry. Get the fuck
I
out.
do love Riot's vague descriptions on things, though. They're like, it does damage. It lasts for a period of time. After a brief
5 seconds.
delay. 5
Okay, 5
seconds?
seconds. All right.
That max rank or is that level 1 and it just the cooldown
It
gets
the
shorter?
the duration does not change.
My God.
The cooldown goes down. So 5 seconds. All right. So let's say you gain invulnerability for like 2.5 seconds, and kills or takedowns give you 3/4 of a second.
I was thinking 2 seconds and you get a half sec. You get 30. You get a half second per takedown.
Honestly, if you bring it down to 2 seconds, I would just do a full 1 second per takedown. Per takedown, because you. I mean, I still like 3/4 of a second. Honestly, half second would be fine, but like I honestly don't think that bringing it like, yeah, 4.5 seconds. Yeah, you could do it like that. Half second would be cool. But at that point, yeah, you might as well just make it 2.5 seconds anyway, and then each kill gives you a half second
Yeah.
killer's list. And like I think that'd be fine. And you could still have huge outplay potential with a good player with a 2 second window, 2.5 second window. And it would make it not like completely brain dead of like, oh, the I win button where I can completely flub cancel autos and fuck shit up. But then guess what? I've got 70% crit because I'm playing Tryndamere and I one shot you anyway, even though I missed E or like the spin and just canceled 2 autos because I'm clicking like an animal, and then I still get to fucking auto you and then take one turret shot and then heal and then tank the other turret shot and walk out safely. Even if I'm a fucking monkey, you know? Because that way, if they don't kill you quickly or like get the return kill quickly, it's like Renata, you know, a similar power spike capability. So I think something like that would be cool.
All right. Other side of this coin. Gale Force is a hell of an item,
Yeah,
and
but
I really like the idea of the dash. I know that since its release they have nerfed it by increasing the cooldown on it. But should it have execute damage?
yeah, why not? I don't really care. I don't think that matters.
Yeah, why
I
not?
think I think mostly this is a conversation that only really comes up when we're talking about Tryndamere, you know? Because, like, ultimately, for ADCs to commit, like, I would rather them shorten the range of the, like, projectile.
Yeah, that
And
thing's range is insane.
it's pretty good size. I would rather than bring that in a few units than actually nerf the execute aspect because I don't think it's as bad on most of the champions that play it, because generally you commit forward for it or you just get like, I don't know, I just don't think it's that big a deal outside of the Tryndamere conversation. So
I
you
don't know.
know,
It gives Jinx a ton more burst, and
yeah, but Jinx is just overtuned right now.
it gives Aphelios a ton more burst. It gives Kai'Sa a ton more burst.
Yeah, but no one's
Like
building it on Kai'Sa.
that was like my go to for the longest time was that when I was
Yeah,
actually
but
like
right,
winning games on Kai'Sa.
yeah,
I
but right
did
now the
try that.
build on Kai'Sa is not that.
Yeah, but fuck meta builds. Like play things that are good and feel good. Don't just do it. Like I was trying out that build just because I'm like, is it good? And it is good. The poke damage is absolutely insane, but Kai'Sa's actual like dueling potential drops way down. Like she can't like
Yeah, yeah, it's a different purpose, you know, like you, it's all these builds and like champions generally serve roles, so you need the team to be cohesive around the roles so that, you know, you have identity and all that jazz, you know, paging
um
LS. But
also
anyway,
I completely
outside of
agree with
that,
this. I completely agree with anyone else with this is that fucking pro teams do not know how to draft half the time and just pick
oh
things
man,
and that
well,
and
I,
it's
interesting. Like, it's a question, honestly. Like in my mind, I was thinking about the TLC 9 game and the draft, and like if anything would be different or advantageous to do differently. I think the Trundle ends up being a pretty impactful pick with the Jacks, especially with the Warden's Mail Rush, just because, you know, like, oh, press R for resistances and Trundle presses R to take them. So you don't get the same level of dueling potential. And I don't know if the Viego with the potentiality of flexing was worth the lock in there. Maybe Santorin really
I
should just
haven't
lock
really
in the
been
Trundle.
liking Viego in pro game that has been brought up on a couple different casts and streams about like it's a trap for pro players because it'll pop off in scrims, which are a completely different environment of just basically Fiesta and go next.
I think Viego is another situational champion. I think he should play well in a team with a lot of poke and engage. So like something that has uh, maybe Varus or another poke centric ADC Ezreal as a choice, and then you have poke in the mid or top lane, probably the or the mid lane, and then you have engage in support and in the off solo lane. So you can have something like Galio mid and Jace top with an Ezreal or Varus bot, and I think that with a Viego, so that you can really hard commit on the instances where you have like, all right, cool, this is where we can get the resets, and this is where we can clean sweep the team. But I think with Viego, you really have to want to play the game around team fighting, like pretty hardcore. So, but you need to be able to guarantee you take advantageous team fights for X, Y, and Z reasons. And I think generally speaking, that's going to mean you want the ability to engage on the people who are caught out. You need to be able to burst them down, which most poke champions can burst, or you in the prolonged step, footwork around objectives, you can poke them down so that you can start the team fight that you can actually win. However, well, ultimately, and I would say Team Liquid pretty close to had that minus the the rise mid, because the Jacks can engage, although I wouldn't say this is exactly what I'm talking about, but like the Jacks can engage. You have, I think it was Ezreal in the bot lane, right? Am I making that up?
Yeah, it was as
Yeah, and then Nautilus, I know they picked for Core JJ, but um, right? Or no, was it Karma? It was Karma. It was Karma Ezreal into. No, that was the EG game. What was the draft? The bot lane draft there.
I don't remember. Wait, no. Hans had Zeri.
It was, yeah, Jinx. No, wait, this is the first game. God damn it. Hans did have Zeri. Zeri kind of pokes, with the weaving. Like it's similar enough to say. Uh, and I'm pretty
Like
sure
on another point,
Core J was on
like they've
engage.
been
Yeah.
nerfing her on hit build or her Triforce build, kind of trying to skew her back into building crit or on hit, and people still keep building the Triforce build, and it's like
They're
decent
also.
sustained damage, but it's not like a lot of damage like it used to be, where she was
I'm
doing
not
all this
sure if
damage and being tanky.
I'm not sure if they're on the B, 2.12.5 B yet in that last week. I think it was still the A patch.
Wasn't twelve point
Uh,
five still when they started when they?
yeah, they brought some stuff down. Um, but the micro patch. What else did it change? Is it just because they all added it to the same notes?
Well,
But
this is
yeah,
a good time to let's just go over that
it
patch
was a
then.
good game. It was a good game. Yeah, we can go talk about the patch now. I'm still excited to see the series. I think, yeah, the Viego. I just don't know if the Viego is the choice there for sure. I feel like I have the most problem with that in
It's
the
definitely
draft that I
much
gave.
more situational than teams are giving it prio for.
Yeah, but ultimately, at the end of the day, someone played that game like a fucking god. Fudge honestly played that game really fucking well. Blabber played that game pretty fucking well. Berserker honestly didn't do much,
And
and
Whippo saw
Winston
the
played
enemy
really well.
nexus, and that was it. And he's like, "I'm gonna run towards that."
She just had, I don't know, the pink ward thing is the only thing I'm just like, what the fuck. Everything else is whatever. That is the only thing I was like, what the fuck, man. That was a bit of a throw, but that's fine. You know, just a season game. Doesn't matter. Testing the waters. Now unless
Best of
patches
ones
happen
really
before
show
then.
you who the best team is.
Well, it's just more you're gonna have to fucking ban the Tryndamere if they don't nerf it before then. Because yeah, with the hull breaker changes, with no one want to play range, like the range count matchups that did well into Tryndamere because of the extra resistances are now basically not going to work. You got to figure out how you can
Well,
neutralize
if you just don't
that.
build Hullbreaker on a range champ, like if Tryndamere builds Hullbreaker,
Oh, Tryndamere doesn't bring a hull breaker. This little thing, it doesn't matter.
then
Hull breaker on things like Graves. just allowed him to have enough armor to actually survive a Tryndamere is really the reason why those things were so strong, because like you could actually survive the melee champion if it got on top of you for a few seconds. Now you can't do that because you've lost a lot of resistances. So it's not going to be as advantageous. It's still very playable. It's just a different style. You're back to you have to play a safer style, more mindful of it. You play through the range, but once Tryndamere gets Gale Force, how do you stop him from killing you? He just kills you on Ghost cooldown, basically. So
So
ultimately,
did
how do you
someone
stop
even
that?
play? Yeah, he did play Ghost in that one.
hmm Yeah, he played Ghost. No, it's you always play Ghost. I don't think you'll see anything else for a long time.
I think I saw an LPL game last night where there was a Tryndamere and it was Flash Teleport.
They lose.
I don't remember. I put it on to go to sleep too.
Well, I bet they did. But yeah, anyway, mid-season little patch 12.5, also including B. They did that adjustment to Yi and then reverted it because they were no fucking duh. God, so stupid. What a dumb idea that was. They nerfed Rise, which is a little unfortunate. The take build is not going to be as good, and even still, Rise is just nerfed in general. But yeah, the Varus buff is why you'll probably see him coming up more often. I think Varus is honestly a trap in this meta until Jinx gets nerfed significantly.
I want to see more Ashe. I'm an Ashe enjoyer.
Uh,
I was playing
they
this
nerfed
build
her.
on her a while back that
They just
was
nerfed her.
very scaling. They just nerfed Ashe? I thought they just buffed Ashe in 12B.
They gave cooldown to her ultimate, but they increased the mana cost of W at only level 1. JK, it is a buff.
Um,
Once you're at level
well,
5.
see, that goes into this. Is I was playing the tier build with the W spam and Gale Force or Kraken Slayer, and
Triforce, bro.
nope,
Gotta build the Triforce, dog.
not because you still auto attack a lot. You just kite him down. You
Yeah.
build Blade of the Rune King.
Yeah, but Triforce gives you scaling attack speed, movement speed, gives you CDR. I think on like no joke, I think Triforce Ashe is pretty good. I feel whenever I used to play Ashe and ARAMs and shit, I always thought Triforce felt great.
Yeah, maybe where I've played. I used to play a lot of Ashe. A lot of Ashe. She's actually how I carried my Clash team to a 3-0.
Well, I'm telling you, man, you gotta try out the
But
Triforce,
and I
especially if you're talking
have
about the
tried out the
cooldown build.
Triforce. I have tried
Oh,
out the
the cooldown build.
Triforce, and it is no.
Have you tried out the newest Triforce? Because the current Triforce is fucking really good.
I mean, this was the last
Just saying.
season.
Yeah, it's better now. Just saying, man.
Like
Take a look here.
Kraken Slayer Gale Force just feels better.
I mean, Gale Force is always good. I don't disagree with that. I like Gale Force a lot for the movement,
Like Lethal
but
Tempo, Kraken Slayer, Blade of the Rune King, Mirror Mana. You're just chewing through people.
yeah, but you could just go fucking. You could still build Blade and Triforce. All right, grants all of the legendary items 3 attack damage, 3 ability haste, and 3 move speed.
Ooh.
30% attack speed, 300 health, 20 ability haste. Attacks grant 20 move speed for 3 seconds. If the target is a champion, increase your base attack damage by 4% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times.
All right, I'll
So
give
it
that one
gives
a
you,
try because
yeah, it
I
gives you
forgot.
stacking 4% AD.
I'm gonna try it right now.
That shit's so busted, dude. It's so good, I promise you. And then, of
We'll
course, you
play a
have
game
Sheetrock.
right after this, and we'll put the results in the
All right,
comments.
let's see how it goes. Yeah, let's see. Put the results in the comments. All right. Anyway, yeah. So they buffed they buffed Ash and nerfs to the Triforce or the Hull Breaker, as we were talking about. Range resistance is being halved. I think this is definitely going to mean that fucking we're just going to see a lot of Tryndamere for that. They adjusted Master Yi some since his stupid ass buff, as if they thought giving Q on hit was going to be a good idea. A little nerf to Ari, not much, just a little bit.
It was like like a little bit of cooldown or mana cost or something.
10 damage on Foxfire, and then mana cost on Foxfire and Charm. Gwen is trash now, unplayable. One of the worst champions in the game. Thanks, Riot.
What they do to her?
They took a bunch, like you can't jungle with her now. The maximum damage against monsters is like too small. They took 10% of the AP bonus out of it. And then they took they halved the bonus attack range from E.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh,
apparently it's actually like pretty significant nerf. She's like 42% win rate or 43%
oh
win rate.
my
She is like,
God!
yeah, she's
Riot, why you
extremely
hate
good.
Snip Snip Girl?
Well, a champion could jungle, so it has to be nerfed into the ground. Clearly, what else is there to do? I'm Riot Games.
We're only 5 years
You,
away from the jungle just being there to just like give some catch up experience to laners, and we're about to have two supports.
do you remember? All right, were you playing back? When did you start playing?
Um,
Like a lot?
so I played like half a season when Lucian came out. I think season 4, and then I moved and had a bunch of shit go on and moved over to Linux, so I could only play Dota. I played Dota for a while, and
What
then
season do you get back to League?
2017.
All right, so it's way after. All right, so Kindred, when she came out, she was very similar to how she is now, except her marks gave percent health damage instead. So it was like a stacking Blade of the Rune King. It didn't improve her normal spells. So for a period of time, she was super strong. Once people got the hang of her pathing and stuff, because you could, buy the old percent health jungle item, or just buy a warrior and then get a blade or whatever. But you could do crazy percent health damage. It was really fun. But anyway, they decided they needed to nerf Kindred, and what they did was they took the heal off of her W, which she has since regained. But it's basically like fleet
It's like
footwork.
Fleet Footwork, yeah, because it builds
Yeah.
stacks and then at max stacks you
Yep.
get a health on hit.
So they took that away and then also reduced her starting armor from 27 to 20. And she literally became unplayable because not only did you lose your sustain, jungle creeps were fucking you up harder because you had no armor. And then if any fucking jungler showed up in your jungle, they'd murder you for free, no matter what, all the time, because you have 20 armor. And like she literally went from really good to literally completely unplayable. And I was like maining her at the time because I really loved her, the champion when she came out. It was ridiculous.
Why does Riot hate things that can do more than one thing?
Sometimes they decide it's unhealthy. Can sometimes agree, but like I still wish Silas could jungle
I wish Pike could
personally.
lane.
Yeah,
Like
I don't really care if he
I
could.
think it keeps the game so fresh, man. Like it keeps like you're like, oh, instead of like getting locked in, you're like, I know exactly where this is going now. Had that spice to it. Kept it fresh.
They had to nerf it to nerf EU from killing SKT. Like, holy shit, they're fucking stopping SKT. Nerf it, nerf it. Because Pike was totally a European style choice. But what else happened in this patch before we get talking about SKT and everything else? Yeah, so Gwen's unplayable. Um, they buffed. It looks like they buffed Kennen. Yeah, they buffed Kennen. So that's big, honestly, because Kennen I don't think was by any means weak right now.
That's how you beat Tryndamere. You play Kennen, you zoom
Wait,
around, he dives you, you ult, you you kite around, and you play on hit,
yeah,
so you get the lifesteal from Blade of the Rune.
but you can't play on hit. Like, oh man, I don't know. I don't think you can really play on hit Kennen. Like you could do it, but I don't think. I think the team fighting aspect is just too good not to do. I guess you could just buy a blade for the movement speed stealing and shit.
Nah,
But I feel
you
like
match
that's
the Gale Force by.
maybe Kennen could be playable into trend. There needs to be something, man, for real. Like that trend is going to be all over pro play. I think in the coming patches,
You get
especially with soul
Anathema's
champions.
chains, and you pick Tryndamere, and you just fucking put his tenacity into negative numbers, and he doesn't do any damage to you, and you go this weird like off tank on hit cannon.
Jesus, that sounds awful.
Yeah,
That
but you
sounds
have a big
tragic.
AOE stun for your ult. You just go whack 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 whack, and then you CC everyone, and
Yeah, but it's just so much. It's so much worse than AP Cannon, and all it does is
and you play
neutralize the laning aspect.
on hit Varus with,
LOL.
and you just destroy.
And you, and then
Just
you do no
walk,
damage to
you
an entire team.
walk forward through the tank. No, dude, on hit Varus with lethal tempo, like
I don't think Varus is gonna be is like I'm sure he's gonna be played because he's always fucking popular, but I don't think he's gonna be that good until Jinx gets adequately nerfed. No question, Jinx is so much stronger. Zeri, I think, is gonna be so much better. Like with what's possible right now in the AD role, because like the range is really what matters, and and the maneuverability, because maneuverability is ultimately directly affects your range.
yep. And Jinx gets a
How fast you
reset,
can
and
move.
then
And both the
where
best
did my team
ADCs in
go?
the game currently have crazy movement speed steroids. So surprise, surprise, what's good? And the problem with Varus is if his skill shots are dodged, yeah, on hit Varus will still do damage, but it's not quite the same if you're missing Q and R. And both of those champions will pretty have at least the tools to dodge your Q and R, and you have to play an immobile champ into them. Like it's just there's a lot of questions there. Jinx with chompers on top of that, just she has enough tools to make a lot of matchups very easy for her, and I think that's why she's just so good.
Make rockets not be able to crit.
Oh, dude. Um,
That's how do you
no, they
delete
can't.
a champion with one sentence?
Man, maybe they remove the interaction for Randuin's and her rockets because they gave that to her at some point. Maybe they take that away again. I don't know. It's
Wait,
I really don't know what the answer is. It's a really tough question, but they gotta they really
increase the
do
mana
need to
cost
nerf.
on rockets.
They did. That's what they did this patch. It's
Okay,
20 at all ranks.
see, I'm smart. Like I'm smart.
I mean, it's just not significant enough. Ultimately, they need to take like 5% movement speed and attack speed off of Get Excited. Hard truths. And
And here,
passive is one of the reasons why she's so strong because she could just mop up the team fight afterwards without really any effort with
I
the
like what I think it
ult
was
handbikes.
JDG versus LGD did. One of the teams they banned 580.
Yeah, right. Fucking A. The problem is if you do that in this meta, then you end up playing against Summit eventually, and he gets to walk all over you because you need 5 bans for Summit.
Well, I mean, and depending
At
on the
least
matchup,
3.
like Zerker's good. You ban Jinx Aphelios. Now Zerker's on something else, and you ban Jace. That's your first round bans.
Honestly, I think against C9, you ban Jace, Tryndamere, and an
Oh
ADC.
yeah, I forgot about Tryndamere. We just spent like
You
20
have to
minutes
ban the
talking to him.
Tryndamere. Yeah, I know. I think the Jace is for sure. Like, yeah, Summit's really good on this champion, and it's really strong. So that is a worthy ban. I think yeah, you just ban Tryndamere, Jace, and whatever else, and then that's how you deal with Summit. Because his Gnar is crazy good, obviously, but maybe that's the one that you let by. And if that's still fucking you up, you ban all 3 bans on Summit, and from there you can hope for the best.
That's if they
Like,
first round the Gnar. Which you
yeah,
know,
but they will because Summit is at this point completely confident with first rounding Gnar because he blind picks Gnar and shits on people, which literally should not be possible. And it's not like Gnar is so completely giga busted right now. That's why he's doing it. The fact that the skill difference between him and literally everyone in the field that isn't Bwipo, Impact, and Someday is I get to blind pick a fucking completely unblindable champion into you,
wait, did I
and
just
then I'm
hear
going to and then I'm
someday
going to hold
in your realm
you
of
down and
top
rape
laners?
you. It's just like,
Did I hear someday finally in your realm of top laners? Are you finally a believer?
oh, I mean, I've always thought Someday has the potential. I just wish he was more consistent. It's I feel like all the Korean top laners here
His name's not
like
every
should be
day.
good. Well, I know.
His
I don't
name's
care. Like
someday.
I never have big issues with someday. I just don't like, I don't think every season is his season. He's not a top 3 top laner every season. I think Impact is more impressive because of his consistency because I think it's crazy.
It's so
But both
nice not seeing him
Impact
on
and someday
Liquid
have
just
crazy long.
fucking being on tank duty.
Well, I
Like
mean, he's
he
just a
can
weak
play,
side king now.
he can play tanks very well. He can play weak side very well, but like the man can also play some
I feel like
carries.
there's definitely not hasn't not been enough conversation around the Akali Impact shitting on Summit either. Like EG had a good game into C9 as far as certain matchups go. Like it was pretty griefed on other parts of the map for sure, but like Impact was showing up. Like, and I think that's always good to see. I always like to see whenever Impact decides like, oh yeah, I'm fucking just pop off this game because it almost feels like he decides when he feels like doing it.
When he decides to make an impact.
LOL. But internationally, whenever like whatever season, like 8 or 9, whichever, and he was kind of looking meh for Liquid, and then they go to Worlds or MSI, and he's on Aatrox and like just
Yeah.
putting on a clinic. Like he is playing the fucking game. Like the team may not have done well, whatever, but like it's great to see. Like I definitely think Someday is up there too. He's having a good season, but Summit is just something else, and it's so good to finally see a top tier lane player, like real player, come over and remain top tier, and then just gap people.
Yeah, not the Alfari of yesteryear.
No, I mean, there's
The Summit
Alfari
of
did
this
good
year.
things, but dude, Alfari would wreck, or Summit would wreck Alfari. Like Summit would destroy him,
Well, good
and
thing Vitality's not going to Worlds, so we don't need to see this.
LOL. Yeah, maybe another could be a summer team.
Well, they
Unlikely,
made
but
they
possible.
made playoffs, right?
Yes, they did. Sixth place.
Get
They
them
just made it.
some
Just made it.
best ofs under their belt. Maybe they'll warm up. Maybe they'll be like, oh, this is why we play League of Legends, guys. It's for this, and then they'll like
Yeah.
talk between games, and instead of just like, I feel like I don't know, just like
Alfari's I don't know, Alfari does have some work to put in here, I think. He needs to get over his like um the like notion that he can't close out games and shit cuz like I was watching oddly enough the SKT Misfits series, just kind of pacing through it a bit yesterday. And that's 2017 at Worlds, and Misfits lineup at this time is Alfari, Max Lore, Power of Evil, Hans Sama, and Ignar.
I mean, Power of
And
Evil
they
is pretty heavy, man. You gotta.
Power of Evil did good in that series, but like they take SKT to 5 games, and it was a super hype series at the time. That was Huni, Peanut SKT, the one that lost to. This is the year that Core JJ won Worlds, and even in that series, like games 3 and 4, Alfari looked okay. But at the end of the day, he did not have a good series there, and the only reason why, like he was not strongly contributing to those wins and stuff, and it's just he has moments in those all those games where he is significant and he is putting in, like an impact, but like he is not the driving force behind those wins, and you can tell. So a lot of that was Ignar. Honestly, that series especially, he was doing some crazy picks for Art and Sensor meta. A man who is a free fucking agent right now. How about that? Weird. But yeah, it's a cool series. It's a good one to watch, honestly. It's worth
Good
it.
thing that
But
that
Bang is
TSM is doing
trash.
this developmental roster.
Yeah, if only they believed in development as much as they talked about, huh?
That
Dude,
was
I
such a
miss
weird
old Huni.
time.
I miss old Huni so much. Like
I
for
think
real, like he
Hooney misses
used
old
to be.
Hooney.
I hope he does. For Christ's sake, I hope he can. I hope he has nightmares of coma. you know? Because God, I don't know what happened. If you go back and watch, like Hooney carried SKT in a lot of that Worlds. It was like it was the Hooney and Faker show with their useless ass bot lane because Bang and Wolf were sharply on the decline by this point and were getting gapped by like everyone. Like literally just getting 2v2 killed just over and over again against every fucking opponent. So,
Didn't
like,
Bang play on 100T like 2019, 2020?
yeah.
One of those years?
Yeah, he played on Optic, I think, too. Yeah, and just like, oh man. Wolf is just a wonderful streamer now. He screams. It's pretty funny. Good clips. But yeah, it's a good series. Huni did play really well at that Worlds. It's kind of a set. That's still one of my favorite SKT rosters. I like Peanut too. But yeah, SKT's undefeated. We'll find
Yeah,
out
that's a good
literally in like
segue into
5 days.
talking
Yeah.
about SKT's uh, record-breaking run with plenty of
hmm
asterisks.
Plenty. They got to beat up an academy team, and then their main rival didn't get half of their team at any of the games they played against them. However, they are still like what? Like 3 and like 32. Am I making that up? No, it's not quite 32. It's are they 14-0 right now? So it's 28 games, like 3 and 25.
15-0.
They're 15-0. Okay, I think they've lost 3 games. Maybe it's 6 games. I don't know. They've lost only a handful of games out of 30 games played. Well, no, there's more than 30. It's just best of threes. So if they 2-0 and whatever,
Let me get this number.
they have
They're
30
16 and
wins.
0. 16 and 0.
All right, so they have 32
So
wins,
32 was right the first time.
and I think they have 6 losses. I think they've dropped 6 games. So they are 32
32 and
of
6.
30. Yep, 32 of 38 games played, which is still fucking crazy.
84% win rate.
Yeah.
Gen G is 13 and 3 with going 26 and 11.
Mm. I don't expect Gen G to be as clean a team, even if even in the situation that they're beating SKT in best of series. I don't expect them to be as clean. But I do expect that the ceilings are all there. But honestly, now seeing how hard SKT is firing on all cylinders, like it's going to be pretty even tough for Gen G because Chovy's good and
I swear they
Peanut.
just roll a dice before their matches and they're like, all right, who's going to carry this one? Bot lane, it's on you guys. Go get it,
I think
Guma.
most of the time, Guma. Yeah, I think Guma is just an animal, and basically everyone else is just trying to KS Guma because they know Guma is trying to take every single kill in the entire game.
Yeah, his
Dude, oh
KP
my
is
God,
something
did you
ridiculous.
watch the fucking play bot? Who were they playing against? God, the fucking outplay. They like Guma. Guma almost gets a fucking triple kill with like no HP. Fucking who was that series against? Was it DRX? No, it might have been actually.
Uh, Long story short,
It's
Guma
Guma's crazy.
Yushi and carry a best bot lane in the world.
It's definitely up there. I mean, China's none of the LPL teams are looking super consistent. It's still back and forth. Rookie is looking
Yeah, I was
crazy. I think B5
watching
is going to be a good team. I love Karsa. Great player.
EDG versus um, LGD? LNG? Doing B's team?
LNG. LNG.
And Viper was just like I saw him like the week before, and he was just popping off hard carrying games. And then that series, he was like, eh, eh.
EDG is pretty rocky right now. I feel like yeah, Viper and Jackie Love are both ADCs I have high expectations of. So, but like
I mean, they're both
they're
world
gonna squeak
champions.
into yeah, they're gonna squeak into playoffs here, and we'll see how it all shakes out from there. Like same thing with fucking BLG though, with Uzi and shit. Like honestly,
And
a lot of
Doggo.
BLG.
And Dog. It took
Yeah,
them this long to finally get Uzi like in full time because Doggo has just been like hard carrying games.
well, it's just more that the rest of BLG is looking like really under form. Like ultimately, this was supposed to be a super team. You know, like Fofo was a key point of his team's victories in the last season. Like these are all supposed to be really good fucking players, and it's all looking kind of meh right now. They need to they just need to put some polish on it. Crisps has some good games still, but I don't know. There's high expectations for a lot of these teams. So I think the top six is pretty. Like Weibo is the only team that I'm like super surprised is even there, but otherwise the top six looks about right. I'm surprised though that Rookie and Car. Well, actually, I don't know. Rookie and Karsa does sound like one of the a crazy good 2v2 or jungle mid duo, and they seem to work well together. It'll be fun to see them at Worlds. I'm sure Victory 5 is going, unless they
Let's,
fall off in summer.
let's steer this back to the LCS. So I know you're wanting to talk about some MVP shit, but let's go lane by lane first,
Okay, I was gonna say I feel like the
and give your top two in each lane, and so
all right. How do
basically
you want to
going,
play
do
this
you want,
MVP?
is it Team Liquid or is it C9? Which which,
How do
which
you want to play this? Do you want to play like do it in the sense of best player or like actual most valuable in the components to the team ratio?
most valuable in their position, and then we'll
Yeah.
from that pool we can pick an
Well, I
MVP.
here's the well. All right. Well, we'll start in the top lane, and there's
Yeah,
only really
top
one
down.
name here. Summit. Summit is the MVP, especially honestly for top lane, especially. But I really don't think there's any conversation that could be had just because of how ridiculous. Like the fact, even outside of the fact that he is so much better than the other players, the ability to not have to worry about the draft resource on a solo lane counter pick because you know your solo lane has just won against six other teams in the fucking league. Like that is honestly huge. It allows so much strategic options in that part of the game, especially when you know you can literally give him Gnar and he will wreck a Jace. Just hold them down and just have his way with the entire game. And he'll do it to the entire team by himself, and he'll just be like, "Oh yeah, I've solo killed this motherfucker 3 times. I have an 80 CS advantage. I have taken the tower, and it's only 1350. Like, enjoy the rest of your game 4v5 with this completely neutered player who thought he was going to choose a carry into me." And then even still, like you think, okay, cool. Well, clearly the problem is he chose a carry. Like, no, if Fake God chose Scion and he's still on Gnar, guess what? Game over. Like, no change. You know, I just think that value in of itself is insane, absolutely insane. Second, if we want to do runner ups,
Whippo.
I don't think it's Bwipo. I don't think in the split itself he has been incredibly impactful in like high amounts of games. I think he's been more experimental and trying stuff out, and that has not always yielded the best results. Even like he's definitely played games well. I think in the lock in, he definitely had more value. Um, I honestly might say Impact or Someday would be the runners up here, just because. And I might choose Someday just because 100 Thieves. Well, actually, they're both not in great shape, but at least they've won more games. So I guess Someday. I would have to say Someday is the runner up because he has won games for 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves has not won a lot as many games as they should have. So we'll go that route because
Wait,
at this point, because of the summit juxtaposition, every NA top laner just looks like complete hot garbage.
we have
Sorry,
any we have any top laners? Oh, we have Licorice.
dude. Licorice, Fake God,
Thank God.
Jenkins,
Jenkins is half a top laner,
Revenge.
but Jenkins is good enough to play instead of Alfari,
He is. He's the best Gangplank NA.
which
Move over, Tobias.
insult a player without telling me you're insulting a player. Oh, this guy Jenkins is as good as you are.
What's the top laner I'm forgetting? Oh, that's right. That's it. Those are the only NA ones. Yeah, it's Revenge, Fake God, Jenkins, and Licorice. Because we have Huni, the imposter Korean, and then 3 other real Koreans and a Danish guy or a Belgium guy.
He's Turkish.
Whippo is Belgium.
Blippo's Belgian?
Yep,
Belgish?
Belgium, Belgian,
Belgian,
Belgian. Yeah,
Belgian,
like a
like the
Belgian waffle.
waffles. Yeah,
Yeah, fucking
which
morons
which
over
are
here.
also wide.
Yeah, and delicious. I love fucking waffles.
I bet Whippo's delicious. Whippo, let me get a taste of
That's
that.
not for me to know.
Let me get a taste of that.
All right, well,
I
since
mean,
it's
his
Whippo, here we
cooking,
go.
he probably cooks things. Wait, does Belgians, like, do they have a cuisine? Is it just like chocolate and waffles? And
I
like,
hope so.
and then like German food and French food?
I have no idea. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good way to go. That sounds like a good combination. It's hearty, but you get the sauces, the sauce game. We have really gone down a road on this one.
All
Okay,
right,
I'm
jungle.
sure you don't disagree on Summit in someday, honestly. I bet you probably would agree with both
No,
those
I
choices.
can agree with that, except I do think that when Whippo makes an impact, it is game winning, game deciding.
Oh, 100%.
And
I
I'll
just
say
think
by
he
the
would
end of the
be.
split, if that happens a few more times, Team Liquid ends in first place, and he does that. Besides, we're going to talk about here in the jungle, like, I don't think he's going to get MVP of the split, but, like,
I could see him in playoffs, like in series, best of series. Like I think Bwipo will be way different than he's looking in these season games.
yeah.
Is more my
Because
expectation.
going in the jungle, I want to start off with. I mean, Blabber has actually been shutting me up a bit. He looks really rejuvenated in his play a lot. I really feel like he's the confidence that he used to. I feel like he's been doing the same plays that he used to do, but without the confidence of being able to do them. And that's why I'm like, he's just like an Olaf one trick that just runs forward. But I feel like now with like having Summit there, having Fudge play so much towards him as well, it's just he's able to kind of flourish and be the Blabber of yesteryear.
Definitely. I
Um,
think. Yeah, I feel like honestly, probably last year the environment in C9 was honestly, if I had to guess, probably kind of bad, and that must be why like all the players just kind of looked like shit. Like last year, everyone was definitely under what I think we expected a team like that to do, and I think this is probably why, more than likely. So I think Blabber's kind of rejuvenated that he gets to play how he wants again. I agree that he is. I don't really want to almost basically just completely say C9 as far as the MVPs. We'll see how the rest
oh,
of
because it's not
the
going to be
rounds
Fudge
go.
in the mid lane.
Is it not?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get
It's
there.
not even in
Anyway,
it's not even anybody in the top three teams, my man.
anyway,
The
yeah,
top
Blabber's looked really fucking good. Santorin's having a good season, but
his
he's just not the same kind of
consistency is
impactful.
insane.
Yeah, he's just not the same kind of
All right,
impactful
so
as Fudge.
if we're gonna go off the end a little bit here,
Hmm.
I'll have to throw out Pride Stalker.
That's yeah, it's fair. I think he's an honorable mention at least. Who else has honestly done really well at this? I don't think Closer's having a good split at all.
He's popping off in Champions Queue, but
Inspired
just
looks way worse than I thought he would look, but hope like, we'll see what EG's doing. Yeah, I think Pride Stalker's like probably like number 3-ish, honestly. He's probably close to. I'm trying to think of what other teams are playing well right now, and their jungler actually looks good. I think Xerxes looks pretty bad.
wait, does River
I
still play?
Yeah, River still
I haven't
plays.
heard his name in weeks.
Dude, Dignitas is such an imposter team. Dignitas looks like trash. So, like River can't carry Fake God. There's just nothing he can do about it. It's the if he just plays to bot lane constantly, maybe Dignitas can do something. But like that team is, I think, kind of on shaky standing for sure. I'm more worried about that team than many
Jose
others.
Dioto has been
Oh,
consistent.
Jose's had a good season. Jose's had a good season. I don't want to talk shit on Jose, honestly. Yeah, Jose's had a good season, and he looks good in Champions Q too. I think Jose or Pride Stalker would be number 3. I might have to lean towards Jose because I do think he is impactful in his team's momentum in their games. Like they're early, like I feel like FlyQuest really needs to convert. They're a momentum team. They don't clutch stuff out through mechanics very often, but I think Jose is probably number 3. All right, and then into mid lane. I'll let you start.
I'm team of Blalov.
Oh, you plays the olive?
I think Fudge has been playing well. I think Bjergsen has been playing well.
Bjergsen showing a little rust.
Well,
A little rust.
Abadage, I don't know where he is mentally, but probably in the same boat as closer. I don't know what, like, I don't know if they're getting homesick with being a second year out here or something. What's going on? But um, JoJo is not a mid laner yet, barely a League of Legends player.
He got off running really well though. I do want to say for clearly how much like he's still learning and growing and like he is growing clearly, but like he played lock in really well.
Yeah, we're talking about the split.
I know, I agree.
Uh,
So that's what I'm saying. I would do want to commend that because I heard
PoE has my vote for worst mid laner in the league.
POE's had
If,
some good
if
games.
anybody hasn't seen this before, I am a PoE hater. I don't hate him personally. I just don't think there's a reason to have a player of his caliber and ceiling still playing professional league when there's people like Jensen who don't have a team, which that might have been Jensen's choice for all I fucking know. But you have this guy who's been in playing this game for this long and he still sucks that bad. Like, bring back my POB. Fuck that POE. I want my POB.
All the same, really, at this point. Um, yeah, POE's definitely had a. I think honestly had a really bad split,
Like,
and a
I
lot
got
of games looked
POE,
real bad.
blue,
But all right, cool. But so you think of Blaze Olive number one? Who would you put number two? Because yeah, it's like ultimately like Bjerg and Abadage,
probably
neither
fudge.
are.
Honestly,
Yeah,
probably
like
fudge.
Bjerg and Abadage are both below the level that we all have seen them play at before. So like ultimately they like I don't think Bjergsen has hard carried games as not saying he hasn't been super impactful in a lot of their wins, but like he hasn't like straight smurfed them. And I think I'd say Fudge. I think I would. I think if you go back and look at his KDAs and like look how he's playing these games and these fights, I think Fudge is having like outside of the Lucian game and like the Lucian game he played like straight ass, 100%. I'm just gonna say that. But every other game, like even the Aurelia game that they lost, like his gameplay in particular wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't great, but I
If
think
you look at the
Fudge really
KDAs,
good.
Reckless is the best bot laner to ever exist.
I think Upset beat him.
In KDA,
Oh, maybe not KDA. I think it was just in deaths. I think he fucked up the KDA by dying one or two too many times, but I had to check on that part. But yeah, no, I think it's Fudge. I do
if
think
you
it's
look at
Fudge
like impacting games being made, like really the mid laners of all just been not
because
playing
Golden
at the
Guardians just
caliber.
dropped. Yeah, Golden Guardians just dropped a lot of games, and Blazedolf did have that pop off game against Liquid, but outside of that, his games have not always been that great. So
Yeah, the
I really do
mid
think
laners feel
Fudge
really
is
weak this
probably the best.
season. Um, but it's good that our
Hopefully
top
it's
lane pool
realistic
feels strong because
of Summit.
LCK and LPL both feel very strong in the top lane section.
I think I just yeah, in the international competition, C9TL is the only thing that matters. But all right, you think Ablaze, I think Fudge. I think my number two choice would probably be Bjerg, just because the rest of the field looks so meh. Actually, no. Fuck. What am I talking about? Tukui. Tukui is number two for me.
Oh, Tuka.
Yeah,
I forgot
Tukui
about
is.
that kid, man.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Tukui is probably number two. I think, especially if we're talking about like an aspect ratio to the team. All right, ADC. I'm gonna start this one. I'm gonna say fucking Hans Sama.
Hansama with Berserker being a
Actually,
close number two.
yeah, it's hard to say. I might have to say
Like,
Berserker, just in sense of the ratio to the team, because like it's the Summit Berserker show, right? So it's like those are the two carries. Ah, fuck, I'm saying Hans Sama. I
but
fucking love Hans.
doesn't Hanzama have like almost 10% more damage share on average than
Oh, dude,
Berserker?
he might. Yeah, he might. Let's see. I'm gonna
Like,
check
like
Hans stats.
Hansama's doing work.
Uh, all right, all right. I'm gonna. this is not the same year. Why can't? Okay, player stats. Sweet, sweet. I think this is what we need. All right. I clearly need to look into understanding where stats are found more because I definitely don't know shit. All right, LCS 2022 spring. Okay. Hans Sama.
I'm only able to get lock-in stats. I don't want lock-in stats.
Damage percent. Here we go. Hans Sama is 29. Damn. And Berserker is, yeah, 25.3. Archive Cool, yeah, 100% Hans Sama.
5%. I over-exaggerated a little bit.
Oh my god. But Danny's is 34.
All right, what about KP? Dude, Danny might be the reason why EG is like Danny and Impact are fucking.
70% kill participation on Danny. Fuck, Danny
That's
might have to be
insane.
fucking
That's
ADC
that's actually
MVP.
insane.
Holy shit, Danny, you're fucking cracked. All
I
right,
just haven't been
well,
watching
I'm
that many
saying
EG
Danny.
games.
Yeah, I guess not. Jesus Christ.
But what's
I'm
Hansama's
saying,
KP?
oh my God, Han Sama's KP is 71%, so even higher.
But Dan, oh man, 34%.
But Danny's 34.4%.
Well, I mean,
He's got the
I guess
highest
when
in the
your mid
league.
laner is doing like triple
Nothing.
digit numbers for damage,
Whoa.
there's a lot
And
of room to be
well,
made
JoJo
there.
is yeah, JoJo is doing 14 point. Oh, that's Jose Dioto. That's Jose Dioto. Don't listen to me.
I was about to say your mid laner on average is doing 14% of your team's
What the fuck?
damage.
No. He's doing 25%. That's fine.
His
But
fair
holy shit,
share.
35? God damn it, Danny. Your dick is just so big. Yeah, Danny's fucking KDA. He's got a 4.0 KDA. He's got not the highest KDA, but he's got a 4.0 KDA, 65 kills, 28 deaths.
Dude, I feel
It's
like
Danny. I'm saying Danny.
we forgot about Danny.
MVP. How did we forget about Danny? It's because EG's not doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn
Danny
you,
is the
JoJo.
MVP.
God
Han
damn.
Sama number 2. Barely. But fucking A, Danny, you're just cracked.
I want EG to do
Um,
well so well because I like Danny. Like I like Impact.
all right, so since we're the Nexus support, who's the runner-up? Since Core wins. Period. Like,
um,
really no reason he's. Are we gonna say Ayla? Is that actually the answer here? You know,
it
like
really should be,
it's
but
not necessarily out of the question to say he's played more games than Core has. Core's only played like 5 or 6 games at this point.
I mean,
Maybe
Ayla's like I really think that like Team Liquid might have the top 1 and 2 supports in the.
like Winsome had a really good game against TL, but his entire split has not been super strong.
Vulcan's
Honestly,
been kind of.
Afro,
I mean, Afro has been dragging FlyQuest through wins.
like Afro and Biofrost are honestly, in my opinion, not completely outlandish conversation points here.
I really feel like our supports are actually kind of stacked this year, except for TSM.
Shenny's not bad. Shenny's not the problem with that team. You know,
I think everything besides Speak is the problem with that team.
Spica is not playing well either.
Spica has a lot on his plate.
Oh, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying, honestly, ironically enough, Huni is amongst the better, like, is probably the second best, if not the best player on the team right now. Let's take a look at all Huni's stats. You know, he's got 67% KP, not bad for a top laner. Let's see what's his damage percentage.
I really hope Jensen doesn't go play in that fucking. I really like. I don't think he's
Oh my
going
God,
to.
that's crazy.
But that rumor's
God
been going
damn,
around.
Danny, 34.4%. You mad lad. What stat do you want to know who has the highest? Uh, like
KP.
KP?
Yeah.
Do you really? Who do you think it is?
Who do I think has the highest KP
Yeah, who do you think has the highest
of all
KP?
positions?
Yep.
The your tone of voice makes me feel like it's something I'm not gonna expect. So I'm
No, no, no.
kind
You know the answer. Just follow your heart.
Santorin.
Core JJ.
Core JJ.
Core JJ has an 83% KP.
The man is everywhere. Unlike Batman, he can be everywhere.
All right, and then circling back to our conversations for viable runner-ups on the jungle conversation, number 3 on kill participation, Jose Dioto, 77.3%. Not bad. And you know who's number 2? Since we're talking about runner-ups on the support conversation, it's fucking Bio at 80%. 80.3. So Bio is making a lot of shit happen
I
on
feel
his
like
team
our
for sure.
like so supports and top lanes this year are pretty stacked. Jungle's insanely
ADC.
stacked, but we don't have like half of them aren't performing.
Yeah, dude, honestly, like if a top we have
ADC is pretty is it's
it's
really
good.
top heavy. It's top heavy as fuck
No,
though.
dude, it's not though. It's really not. Like think of like all right, cool. So obviously Hans Sama and Berserker, great.
Hansama
Cool.
Berserker, Danny.
Yeah, but Danny's not top. He's in the middle of the pack. He's EG's like fifth place right now. So our top, the
You got
third place is
FBI.
FBI. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we look at Neo.
Oh god, I forgot
Neo's
about
not
Nick.
ha- Neo's not having a bad year. Johnson looks good back with Afromu again. Like ADC is pretty not bad. Even and in fucking one of the worst teams in the league has a fantastic ADC. Like Luger plays well. Counter Luger Gaming, like he is that team. Everyone else is pretty meh. I can't even remember. Oh, it's Palafox. I can't even remember who their mid laner is.
Lost has had some good games where I was actually
And yeah,
really impressed with Lost. Um,
so it's like our ADs play okay.
I haven't seen
Like
Tactical have a good game in like over a year.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about tactical though.
Like,
He's the disappointment right now. So, but
like
oh my god, what didn't he? Doesn't he have crazy damage share?
what's
No,
that?
it's not crazy.
What's that? What's that meme? Where he was like, um, fuck. Oh, the you were the chosen one. The Obi-Wan meme. That's how I feel about
Yeah,
Tactical.
there are 5 players in the league with 30%, or 6 players in the league with over 30% uh, damage share.
So we got Danny,
Danny,
Summit,
yes.
um,
Luger,
Luger,
Johnson,
Johnson, and wait,
Tactical Power of Evil.
you said
Because I knew you
five.
were. There's 6. There's 5 who have 30, and then Johnson. Danny's up there
Oh,
with his
okay.
crazy 34. But yeah, Tactical and Power of Evil are the next 2. LOL. The Power of Evil doesn't surprise me that much, just because no one on his team is doing damage.
What's his KP? What's his KP? This is real proof.
Oh,
You can do all
who's
that damage
KP?
in the fucking world, but if you're not fucking
75%. And his KDA is 3, which is 1 less than Danny's.
stats don't mean anything.
Stats don't mean anything. Fuck you, freak. Nobody cares. Flip the table.
Yeah, fuck you, birthday boy.
Fuck you.
And your numbers.
Oh man. How's our timer on our episode 4?
All right, let's take a look. We are over an hour, hour 10.
Hour
I know it's
10.
been a
I kind of
long
felt
one.
like
If you
yeah.
held in there till this point, give yourself a pat on the back. Go
If
take
you
it.
turn yeah, if you watch this series at all, you should definitely pat yourself on the back at the very least. At the very
Go
least.
pop an Excedrin to deal with the headache that of the last 20 minutes of our ramblings.
Are we gonna discuss total MVP, league MVP then? Because
I mean,
ultimately at this
it's
point,
Summit. It's Summit right now.
it's Summit, Core, or Danny.
Or Danny.
Or
Okay.
Danny.
Oh man, how do I keep forgetting about Danny? Like I have to do the
How can you
remake of the Forgot
forget
About
about
Dre.
Danny? Yeah, those are my top three, in my opinion, of the five we have chosen.
Uh, I
Um,
can agree with him.
I think Danny is more honorable mention. I do think Core is a viable choice in the conversation right now.
Oh, we'll see how the last 2 weeks of the split go.
Indeed, indeed. I think we
Because I
will
really
have
think
our
that
next.
that's gonna dictate. Like maybe EG goes on this crazy 5-0 run,
Yeah.
and we get a new contender for MVP. Maybe it like I think it's whoever plays better, TL or Cloud9. Like
Well,
that's really gonna dictate who's that MVP.
by the time we have our next episode, we will have
The split will be over.
quarters. Not yet. We will have the last weekend in front of us.
No, because it'll be. Oh yeah, we got this weekend. We skip
Hmm.
next week. No, it'll be over. The split will be over. We'll have playoffs around the corner
Uh,
because we got this
I mean,
weekend and then we got next weekend. There's only 2 weekends left.
it's showing. Yeah, this weekend, Saturday,
There's 5 games
Sunday.
left. There's a normal week and then a
Oh
super
yeah, you're
week.
right. What I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I'm just doing the math wrong in my head. Yeah, so we'll have this split will be over. LEC's quarterfinals will be played. Um, LCK will be finished as well, and I think LPL still will.
LEC playoffs will have
Oh
started.
no, shit! All of them will. Every league, major league, will be over, and LEC will have played their first rounds
Fuck
by
March
the time.
Madness, baby! It's spring split time. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck I'm doing.
we got. Yeah, next episode 5 will be a banger. We'll be able to talk about a lot of playoffs. Basically, it'll be the playoff episode. We'll talk about every league a little bit, what we think, and talk about what LEC's already done. Either laugh at
Who's gonna run the gauntlet in
Vitality.
LCK just to lose the T1?
Yeah, the answer to that is obviously,
Is
well, I mean,
Vitality out of LEC playoffs already?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they play first. I think the upper bracket plays first. Is the weird thing with the LEC bracket. So we'll get to see the G2 Fnatic game. Oh no, they play on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, maybe will Vitality at least beat XL to lose to a top tier team? Find out next time.
Yep. Leave us your comment. If you made it this far, thank you so much. And leave us your comment of who you think is going to be the split MVP for the LCS. And why it's going to be Summit or Core JJ. Or possibly Danny.
Danny.
Don't forget about
Look,
Danny. We got to stop forgetting about Danny.
can't forget about Danny.